Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Got an email question from Sharon Derry. Sharon is out in Las Vegas. She owns a paint shop out there, and inside the paint shop is obviously a paint booth. Now, out in Vegas, it gets extremely freaking hot. I've been there a couple times, and I was also stationed out in Yuma, Arizona for a while. It gets damn hot out there. So she's talking on one of my videos where I talk about how to get the water out of an air compressor and why that's super important, especially in a really humid environment like I have here in Central Florida. Now, out in Vegas, the way that she cools her shop, she has what's called a swamp cooler. Now, she describes how that works. It's water that pours onto a pad, and then water blows, or air blows over that pad to try to cool off the environment. Now, her question was if that can be a contributor to the water getting into the lines. And I'll explain that here in a second. What happens is if you get the water in the lines, it can cause what's called a fisheye effect on the final paint job. All right. So, and she's basically looking for a little bit of advice on how to fix that. Now, the type of problem that she is experiencing with the fisheyes basically looks like this. All right, you have the paint, and then you have a little watermark that goes in it as well, and that can give it basically what's called a fisheye effect. All right, now let me back up a little bit and explain some of the physics that's actually going on inside the shop. All right, so we have just air. All right, this is here, this is there, this is everywhere. All right, now inside of the air, there's going to be little particles, little molecules of water vapor, that sort of thing. Now, something like this might be a good representation of what happens out in Las Vegas. Now, in Central Florida, it's a little bit more like this. All right, the air is a whole lot more humid down here than it is out in the desert. Okay, that makes sense. Now, what happens is once we get this volume of air inside our handy dandy little air compressor, what happens to all these water particles, all these water molecules, is they start to actually form big drops. All right, and those drops are running down inside your air compressor. All right, now that's why on air compressors they have a little drain plug. All right, comes out the bottom. Now, every so often you want to make sure that you drain all the water out of your compressor. That'll help your compressor to last a whole lot longer, and it's going to keep that water from going inside of your tools. All right, so say for example, here is your paint gun. All right, or whatever, we'll just call that a paint gun. Now, as you're trying to paint, you're blowing your green paint all over the place, but it's also getting some of the water in here is going through your line and then out to the paint, and then that's leaving you with this fisheye effect. All right, so now to add insult to injury, something else that happens when you take all these water molecules right here and you start pushing them together, they start bouncing all over each other. That bouncing is caused by a lack of space. Over here, there's tons of room for them to bounce around and move, and they're not going to get all hot and bothered. But just like people, you put those water molecules in a very tight enclosed environment like this, they're going to be dancing and bouncing all over the place, and a lot of extra heat is going to be generated. Okay, so the temperature on this is going up. Now, over time, that temperature is actually going to go down. The heat is just going to flash off, just going to dissipate out into the environment, and then that's just going to be normal room temperature or normal air temperature, just like over here. Now, the same thing happens in reverse. As soon as you release that amount of pressure out at this end, it gets super cold. All right, so we take something big, make it smaller, it heats up. Take something small, you make it big, it cools down. All right. Now, when hot air and cold air meet, water vapor is formed. Over here, you've already got water in the lines. Now you have super cold air coming out, and water vapor is going to be attracted to this. So it's literally pulling water out of the atmosphere, and then that's going to be mixing with your paint and then landing on your project, whatever it is, your car, your boat, whatever. And then you have a whole world of problems. Now, what I would suggest, what I would recommend if you're able, move your air compressor outside. Keep it in a covered environment because you don't want the sun beating on this thing, but don't have it in a environment where there's going to be extra humidity. It sounds like, based on what you wrote in your email, that there's going to be extra humidity in the shop just because of the type of air handler that you have. So if you can move this outside, put it under like a covered awning or something, then you should be good to go. Also, if you can keep from over pressurizing this tank, that would also help, because right here you're looking at atmospheric pressure, which is like 32 psi, if I remember correctly. Well, up here in a normal air compressor, you're looking anywhere from like 120 to say 150 psi. All right, that's a whole lot of air that you're jamming into that small space. Now, you can be periodically draining the line. You could have dryers, in these areas right here, and then that just collects the water. You could have all that stuff. But if you are taking something that's super pressurized and then releasing all that, it's going to be extra cold coming out, and again, that's going to draw in extra moisture. All right, so hopefully that kind of helps you out a little bit. Those are my two suggestions. So if you are able to move the air compressor outside, and then also don't have as much pressure built up in that tank. So Sharon, I hope that helps. Let me know how it goes. So guys, if you have a question that you would like answered in a YouTube style video, let me know down in the comments, or let me know on the Facebook fan page. You'll find the links down below. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, whines, bitches, moans, and groans, let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, hope you guys liked that video. Gave it a big thumbs up. That's the best way to let me know that you just like the video and that content you want to keep on seeing. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that big red button, one of those sides down below. Then once you do that, that's going to be a real good way for you to know when I upload more content to this channel. If you have a question or there's something that you would like to see, let me know down in the comments below, or you can also send me a message. You can also check out the Project-woodworks fan page on Facebook, and I went ahead and linked a bunch of other cool places that you might want to check out as well. For you business owners, if you have a tool or product that you would like to send me so that I can do a totally unbiased video review, let me know down in the comments below. You can also send me a message. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Chris, and I'll see you in the next video.